So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't at least a little bit upset, because I didn't want to believe what the information was coming out about Demon Slayer. And the reason why the episode review for the season finale is so late isn't because I've been trying to avoid the episode or the news or anything. I just don't want to believe it. It's actually the exact opposite. I've just been really lazy. But I finally watched it. I just got done finishing it, and I think it was a surprising, really good finale, but also a good episode to kind of set up the plot for the movie or film adaptation of the Infinity Train arc that was done in the manga. And now is obviously getting an anime slash film adaptation, and I think it's going to be really good. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a little upset, and not for the reasons of why you think. I'm not upset because of the fact that it's the season finale. I'm just kind of upset. Well, actually, yeah, I kind of am upset that it's the season finale. I really like this show. I really like this show. The action is phenomenal. The animation on a weekly consistent basis is amazing. The characters are all funny, lovable, enjoyable to just see on screen. There's so many good things about the show that I just genuinely enjoy. And this is one of the rare instances where I feel like I like every single character that's on screen. Because every now and again in any other shonen anime, there's always that one character who you find just really annoying. In My Hero Academia, for example, and I mention that because season 4 is coming around very soon, people really don't like Mineta. People don't really like him at all. People think that he's just, the pervert, and he has no character, and he's just bland and boring, and people don't really like him. And to an extent, I can kind of understand that. I can understand it, but now I just don't really mind him anymore. Now that we've gotten 3 seasons from My Hero Academia and the anime, and of course, more time has passed with the manga, and now we're getting a season 4, I don't really mind him as much as I, did before. Because I'll admit, I didn't really like him at first anymore, or I didn't really like him at all when My Hero Academia was still a new thing that I was watching and getting into and everything. But now I kind of just don't really mind him, and he's just the whatever comedic relief character. I don't really mind him. In Demon Slayer, though, I just like every single character. I like seeing every single character on screen, and it's because they're all just extremely likable. Of course, there are people who I'm like, or there are characters where I'm just kind of like, that guy's kind of an asshole, but I don't really hate seeing them on screen. If anything, I just want to see more of them and learn more of their character instead of just wanting them to be on or be at the background and not really have any, attention being drawn towards them. Unlike certain characters from My Hero Academia, but, I just want to see more from these characters. I want to see more from the show. I was so excited for the next arc that we were going to get into, and all of a sudden, there's this information about a movie coming out. It's the season finale. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? And yeah, we're getting a film adaptation for the next arc for Demon Slayer. And I think it's going to be really good, because the show itself is already really good, because I just think the animation by itself on a weekly consistent basis is amazing, and especially for this episode, it showed off the grand scale of what they can do with set pieces. Like, in the beginning portion of the episode, we see Kibutsuchi, and we see that he's able to kind of change his whole entire being. Like, he looks entirely different from what he looked like before when we last saw him, like in the beginning of the first season. I'm gonna assume that it's season 1. We're just gonna call it that for the episode or the video's sake. And his aura is different. His whole look is different. He looks entirely different than what he looked like when we first saw him. And there's this big grand set piece where that art that is used every now and again as like a kind of like a parody, where there are stairs, like they're on the side, they're upside down, they go up, they go down, they're like upside down, etc. There's like this huge set piece where Kibutsuji has the lower ranking of the 12 Kizuki all in one place, and he's just killing them all off because the upper ranks are the only ones who seem to be able to do anything, whilst the lower ranking ones are just kind of running away from, the Hashira, and the Hashira are the higher ranking demon slayers, and they're just running away from them instead of trying to attack them and trying to contribute to Kibutsuji's whole plan in the first place. They're not really doing anything. So he's killing them all off except for one of them, and he actually gives him his blood, and he's going to be the main demon for the Infinity Train arc that we're going to get in the film adaptation. And everything is just all really set very neatly for the arc that's going to continue on with the film. And of course, there's also, just more stuff revolving around characters and interactions with each other. Like Kano, we finally, got to hear her speak for once. And of course, she has the whole flip of the coin thing with her, and she flipped the coin, and if it was tails, she would speak to Tanjiro. And then, of course, she speaks to him, and they start having more of a conversation with each other. And then he takes the coin, and he says if it lands on heads, she'll listen more to what she feels in her heart, and she'll make decisions on her own instead of having to rely on this coin or having to listen to anyone. And it lands on heads, of course, because he's the main character, and it's kind of plot armor, I guess you can say. And she's like asking him, like, how did you make it land on heads? And there was no way he could have made it land on heads. It was just by chance. He just got really lucky that it landed on heads first try. He even says to her that if it landed on tails, he would have kept flipping the coin until it finally landed on heads. And I'm not gonna lie, it kind of seems like they're trying to build a relationship between the two of them, and I don't mind it because it kind of seems like she deserves him, because of course, we learned about her backstory in a previous episode. She lived a terrible life. She lived a terrible life. She didn't have people who really cared for her, and Tanjiro is just this guy who cares about fucking everybody, and he's just so incredibly caring and sweet towards her, and it kind of just seems like she's not really used to that at all. She's not really used to seeing a person like Tanjiro at all, and it's kind of cute to just kind of see that. So the episode ends with the opening song playing. Zenitsu, Tanjiro, and Inosuke are on the Infinity Train, and the whole next arc is being set up, and I want this movie to come out already. I kind of just want this movie to come out already. I want to see it. I want to see what they're gonna do. I want to see the stuff that they're gonna be able to animate with the possible budget that they're gonna have for the film. But I'm more confused as to why they're going with doing it as a film adaptation instead of just animating it on a weekly basis like they have been doing with Demon Slayer for the past couple months, right, since April. And part of me is kind of confused by it, and maybe I'll figure out some information later on, after I'm done recording and after I'm done editing and stuff like that. But part of me is just kind of confused right now why they're doing it as a film adaptation and just not an anime adaptation and weekly edit, animating episodes and etc. But it's whatever. I'm excited for the film to come out. I wanted it to come out already, and yeah, I'm upset that it's the season finale and I now have to wait for the next arc to be animated as a film. But I'm excited because not only is the film going to look incredibly good, because they're going to have more time to be able to animate it and make it as good as possible, better than they've been fucking doing it so far, I guess, even though episode 19 was phenomenal. I don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see what they have in store for us in the near future. So that's pretty much it for the video itself. If you did enjoy for whatever reason, be sure to leave a like. If you're already subscribed for more videos just like this, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a fantastic day. I'm out.